Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of investing in real estate. Now, overall, guys, there are a lot of things that really come into play with real estate. When you look at having tenants, there comes another level of difficulty, even owning properties if there's a chance that it is unrented, if you're charging too much for the rent and no one is renting it, if you're charging too little for the rent and now the expenses are out of control. Also, if you have to put repairs into the house, that can be super expensive, which is a lot of things to take in account if you're investing in actual physical real estate. Now, the big thing with this, guys, is with real estate, not only does it generate a monthly income, but it can also appreciate in value. Again, it does come with the maintenance part of it. So a lot of things to remember when it comes to real estate. So let's go ahead and get into the pros and cons. So number one, high returns. Real estate investing can provide some of the highest returns on investment, especially if properties are in a desirable location. If you're buying them at a lower price, if you're an investor, a lot of people have made an incredible amount on real estate, both flipping houses, selling them, and also renovating them and renting them out. Again, depending on the location that you're at. Big thing is everyone needs a place to live, regardless of it's a home, an apartment, whatever it may be. Everybody does need a place to live, which means you will always have renters at some form, at some price, through any market. Number two is passive income. Rental incomes can provide a steady stream of income, passive income, as your tenants, as long as they're paying every single month. You can have a strong passive income stream. With that is you could buy a property, tenants pay the rent on it, the rent that they're giving you pays the mortgage. You're essentially getting the property for free because short of the maintenance cost, you don't have to cover anything else expense-wise because they are covering the cost of the mortgage. Number three looks at the tax benefit. Real estate investors have a big tax deduction. Mortgage interest, property taxes, depreciation. There's a lot of different ways that you can kind of wing it when it comes to real estate for the tax benefits. That, again, a lot of people really cover. Number four, we talk about diversification. If you have stocks, bonds, 401ks, IRAs, all of that things, real estate investing can diversify your portfolio, reducing the overall risk where if we see a big drop, let's say in the stock market, you don't have everything tied up because you do have a considerable amount into real estate, really offsetting some of that portfolio. And the last pro we look at is control. Unlike investments, guys, again, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate really has control over the own investments. You can make decisions about upgrades, repairs, rental rates, a lot of different things that you can take and kind of do, again, kind of a comparison of a pros and cons of doing the real estate investing. Now, the cons, and some of these cons are pretty big, guys. Number one being the cost of entry. Real estate requires a large amount of capital or approval. Investment properties are usually at a much higher rate than you would have on a regular property. In addition, a lot of times the taxes are at a much higher rate because it is not your primary residence. Rental income, rental properties are categorized a little bit different when it comes to the risk factor, which is the reason why you do pay a little bit more. Now, number two is the risk. Real estate can be very risky. The values can fluctuate if the rent is paid on time, if it's not paid on time. Also, if there's any damage to the property, if there's a fire, if there's a flood, you have a lot of variables in there when it comes to the risk, which again is a huge pro or a huge con on why a lot of people do not want to get into the real estate game. Is number one, they don't want to deal with tenants. Number two, they don't want to deal with home repairs. So if you have a tenant in there and there's damage to the property, it could end up in court. It could be a legal battle. It could be a bunch of different things trying to get, that tenant to either pay for it, the insurance company to pay for it, whatever it may be. There is a really big con there. Number three looks at the illiquidity. This means it's a little bit more difficult to sell a house and a little bit more costly to sell a house than, let's say, dropping some stocks, bonds, ETFs, whatever it may be. The liquidity, if you need cash and if you need money quickly, is usually not there, even if it takes a couple days or weeks, which is usually a majority of the time to liquidate a property. There can also be some after-tax implications with that as well. Another big con, guys, is time and effort. Investing in real estate can take a lot of time. Properties on the market, negotiation. It can also take a lot of effort managing the property yourself. If you're not utilizing a company that is going to do the management for you, and you're managing them yourselves, it might be you knocking on doors trying to do repairs, trying to actually do renovations, depending on how handy you are. Could even be you that is evicting people, moving stuff. There's, again, a lot of time and effort that can go into this. And the final one we look at, guys, is the regulations and laws. Real estate investing is subject to many laws and regulations, which can be very complex depending on your location, depending on where the property is, things of that nature. So investors need to spend a lot of time and effort into knowing the regulations and what it is, what you can do, what you can't do, to help avoid any legal issues that you have with your property. So, all right, guys, I just wanted to cover, again, some pros and cons when it comes to investing in real estate. It is something through the years that I have considered doing. And again, the entry for it is really big. So we've even considered doing like a summer place, going with VRBO, something like that, not having quite a full-time tenant, which I know a lot of people between, Airbnb, VRBO, a lot of different websites that do offer kind of that rental income with not quite as high of an entry fee that we see as like real estate investing itself, because it is a home that you own, just kind of renting it out. You don't have those full-time tenants. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.